Go.
Okay, we are ready.
Okay, I will have to wait about 10 seconds before I see it
Yeah.
Yes.
on mine.
We are online.
We are on live.
Excellent. I see it now. The stream has begun on my side.
Perfect.
And I see both our images. They are both over the center of the whole screen.
Is it
So
okay?
I know soon they will move over to the side.
Il préfère
Hi,
qu'on
everyone.
bouge sur le côté.
Tu veux que je fasse?
Oui.
If there is anyone here yet, it looks like there are 13 people here already. I am Anthony, part of Brooklyn Haberdashery, and part of the team of Anthony and Kristen that you see signing off in the emails that you get. I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is Kristen is not feeling well today. It's nothing life-threatening or super dangerous, but she's just not in a great place to face 70-something people on a camera today, and she'll feel better in the future. In fact, I know she's watching, and you'll probably see it here up here in the comments. So that is the bad news. The good news is I'll stand in or sit in here for her and do my best to emulate the incredible Kristen and assist the very impressive Christel. We will not launch right into the process immediately. There are 32 people in now. We'll wait for that number to grow a little bit because, as you know, it takes a moment to find the thing and sign in and get ready and all that. So I can see some greetings coming in, which is always nice to see who's here. A variety of people from as far flung as Puerto Rico, but I see that's Esther, but I see people from Virginia and Adrian from California, and even some people, Jeannie saying bonjour.
Yes, I
from
can
Virginia.
see.
Yeah.
Hello,
Excellent,
Jane.
excellent.
Hello. Riverside. Marie, comme coucou du Québec. This is Quebec customers, Marie. This is a friend, and she's with us.
Nice. It's always nice to have a friend with you.
Yeah, sure.
Something special, isn't it? Good, good. We're at 39 right now, so it's still going up. We'll just take another minute. And so just by further way of introduction of myself and the place we are, I am on the second floor of our home, which is the studio for Brooklyn Haberdashery, where Kristen and I work every day. Today is kind of a special day for us here in the neighborhood because there's a massive construction project on the street. So hopefully you don't hear it, but I am in a room full of noise, engines and air equipment, and hopefully they'll jackhammer soon. So if you see me lean in like I can't hear, it's literally because I'm trying to hear over. But I think the rest of you will have good audio. And please use the comment section for questions as we go along. And before I forget, one thing I wanted to add was here in the group, I am hoping some of you will be willing to share pictures of your work in progress, regardless of what it looked like, because for me, it's the process that counts. So hopefully we can see some pictures over the next few days in the group, along with questions and suggestions and answers. I'm going to take a look at some of the questions we have right now to see if there's anything specific. All right, there is a question ready. We might answer it right away, but maybe we'll just set it aside, and Christel, you'll decide when is a good time to answer it, maybe perhaps after you've started. It is about the stem stitch. Do you travel your thread from one area to another when you're finishing a line of stem stitch?
Okay.
Is it the last stitch? A half stitch. So you'll have to decide what the best moment is for you to answer that, whether you'll answer it right now.
Yes.
Because it looks like we have 48 people, and this might be a good time to launch into your reintroduction and then begin the process. How does that sound to you?
Okay, so I'm going to answer in a few minutes. Okay, if it's time to start, yes, you can. So
Yes, yes.
okay,
Over to
Tony.
you.
So hello everybody, and I hope you are well. I'm glad to see you again today. I've not seen post of your work in progress in the Facebook group, but I think you must have moved your current work. I know there was a lot of work, a lot of chain stitch and stem stitch to do, but you will have plenty of time to continue them later because all videos will stay in the page. So today we have to see about seven embroidery stitches, but 5 of them are very similar. And I want to speak about the blanket stitch that we can embroider in different ways. And the last 2 are very simple, very easy. So just for the first question about the stem stitch, if the line is very close of the previous line, you can go directly on the back of the fabric, and if the thread is very how do you say, light, not too dark, you can do it. Is it the answer is it a good answer? If so, what tape do you suggest? No, this is okay. Do you suggest taping the edge to avoid the string coming off the linen? Yes, it's better to do before. If you can, it's better. Okay, and do you follow a process when doing a project? Example, use all one color or all one stitch before moving to the next. I think if you are beginner, I think it's better to start and continue all the first stitches. It means you do all stem stitch, and after you can change the stitch. But if it's not a problem for you to change the stitch, you can take another color and do what you want. The best is to start from the center of your works to outside. That's all. Okay. So just a few words about 2 posts I saw yesterday in the Facebook page. We have threads, colors which are very similar. I think about the blue, gray, and the yellow. So that's why if you think you are missing a color, it's okay to use another one. It's not very important, and that give you free way to your creativity. So don't worry. And do you have another question before starting the session? No.
I think this is a good time to start.
Okay. So come on, let's go. Today, so we are starting with the feather stitch. The blanket stitch. So we are working those stitches. I don't know if you can see really now, but we are going to make some zoom. Blanket stitch, and we can work with the different manners. But first, I would like to show you how it's happened with the kids, and I would like to show you a model, a Christmas model. This one. C'est pas le point de feston pour l'instant. So this is a model, a Christmas model, and to do it, you have this kit over there, and like the other one, in the first cover, and it's the same for each kit. So you have all the contents, the level over there. When you have 1 needle, it's for beginner. When you have 2 needles, it's for advanced beginners. You have in the kit the printed fabric over there with the draw and the needle 9, the chart color with all number of colors, and the technical instructions in French and English. I'm going to make a zoom. Oops. So you can see the name of the stitch in French over there and the color, the number of the color. But just after, you have the name in French and in English also, with a draw, and all is explained step by step. That's for the kids. So, and yes, sure, you have the DMC trades also inside. So let's go for the star. Up. Alors, for the blanket stitch. So you can take your sheet, and we are going to start, with this one. Donc c'est the blanket stitch, straight blanket stitch, and you can prepare the threads. The number is 3, over there. So I show you in the first live how you need to use the hoop. It's very important. So you take this part without metal behind the fabric, the other one on the top, and you screw to fix the fabric. And the good tension is when the fabric is a little bit loose. How do you say? That's my grandmother teach me without the hoop, but in this one you need to put the fabric on your finger, okay, for the good tension, because some don't like to use the hoop. So you have another technique. Alors, this is a typical French, French word I used all the time. Alors, it means so.
I see.
So the color, the 3. So you take your threads, and we are going to fix it at the beginning. So this stitch is worked from from left to right. Hop, je vais me centrer. So we are going to start over there. You emerge. How do you say emerge in English? Because I saw a comment with my accent.
Emerge is a perfect word to describe it, and you're very close to it. I don't think you have to make
so
a change.
It's okay.
I think we Americans tend to admire the French accent a lot. So,
that's why.
So that's where that comment comes from. We do understand you.
Okay.
It's a perfect word for it.
So perfect. So you emerge your needle at the beginning of the line, and you make a very small stitch. You go back at about 2 millimeters, and you pass your needle on the loop. Yes, just before I didn't explain that you need to take one thread, fold it in 2 parts, and put the 2 extremities of the threads on the eye of the needle. So you bring the thread to the front and keep the thread under the left thumb. It's very important to keep the good tension. You bring your needle on the top. Alors, on the back, on the top, and emerge on the line on the center. Je fais un zoom. Hop. Up, a big zoom. So you bring the needle out at the bottom and keeping the thread under the needle point, and you pull towards you, close the fabric, and you can do the next one. what is very important, never pull up your threads, because don't do that, always to you, because your stitch will become smaller. So this is the blanket stitch. So you repeat, you go back and you emerge on the center. And don't forget your needle pass just au-dessus, behind the threads. And keep the tension. We have to make one, two. And to remove, you just have to go down at the end of the line over there. You turn your work and you pass, you slide under the 3 previous stitches. One more. And you cut. Oh yes, I didn't show you my so cute scissor. Up. And that's all. This is a very basic blanket stitch. So now we are going to see variation. So I think in the technical instructions, just wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you need to do those 3 parts with the same threads. This one in red, this one, and this one. And all the time it's you work from the left to the right. And for the, how do you say, left hand, you say left hand woman, you make the contrary. You start from the right to the left. Is it okay? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now we are going to see the second one. The name is a buttonhole bar stitch. I'm going to show you where we are going to do. So you take the technical instruction 2. Hop, attends, je vais réduire un peu. Voilà. On the bottom, so you can see bride festonnée. This is buttonhole bar stitch and the color is 372. I'm going to show you the model just to have an idea about this stitch. It's, yep, un petit zoom. It's this one, okay? This is the same stitch, this is a blanket stitch, but you embroider this one on the threads, previous threads. So I'm going to show you. And on the label, you can see this is the same color everywhere. Here. So it's better to do them after the stem stitch. First, you need to embroider the stem stitch, then those stitches. Alors, la couleur, the color. 372. So you take your threads, you fold it in 2 parts. Do you have any questions?
There are no questions yet for any of the technique that you have covered, but perhaps they might come in a minute. But there is an old question that I missed from a few minutes ago, where someone seems to be having trouble with the edge of the fabric where the strings come out. Cindy wants to know, do you suggest taping the edges to avoid the strings that come off the edge of the linen? If so, what tape do you suggest? How do you manage this
Yes.
happens.
Okay.
For mine, it's very mild.
Yes, I understand.
How do you deal with that?
Okay, some of women prefer to make, how do you say, a zigzag? This is the same word with the machine, okay? But you, if you don't have any machine, a sew machine, you can do this stitch, the feather stitch, just on the edge with some threads, and you can do this stitch, and it fixes the edge. Okay, and
good.
some d'autres, comment on dit, other girls try. I know they use something, I don't know the name in English. It's like a scotch. It's a paper, and do you understand? They make a small edge, and with some glue. It's not very glue, but it's fix it. A scratch.
Okay.
You understand?
We have something here called Scotch tape, which is typically used in an
Scotch
office
tape.
paper, but I have seen Kristen in her work use what we call painter's masking tape. It's often blue. I've seen her use that sometimes to manage little loose ends on fabric. In fact, she has a roll of it always handy on her sewing table in the studio. So it's a good all-around tape because painter's masking tape releases without residue or damage if it's just temporary. But I like your suggestion really well.
Perfect. So
there are no other questions yet, so I think you can continue.
Yes, tell me. Sorry, you tell me you have another question? No.
There are no other questions yet, so I think you can continue.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand. Sorry. So now we are going to see the button all wells here. I'm going, yes, avec le zoom. So it's work from the same, from the left to the right. As we are going to secure the thread on the beginning of the line. So you emerge, you go down 1 millimeter, you turn your work, pass under the loop, and now you need to make the big one's first stitch. You take the needle at the end of the line. I'm going to try in your direction. And then you come out your needle about 1 millimeter of the previous hole, not on the same hole. And now you need to pull very hard. Then keep the tension, keep the thread under your thumb. And we are working now with the other side of the needle, with the eye of the needle, and take the tension, keep the tension. So then you pass the needle up and down under the thread without piercing the fabric, by placing the thread under the needle. Then gently you pull the thread towards you. Then very slowly you go to the left. This is the first stitch. Now we are going the second one. You do the same things. You pass the needle up and down under the first, you pull to you and to the left, and don't pull too strong, like that. You can see they are very close together. Alors, un zoom. Hop. I'm going to start another one just after. Voilà. So you continue in this way and making sure that the thread do not overlap, just very close together. And at the end of the line, you insert the needle into the fabric just below the end of the buttonhole. And the stitch is okay right now. Look, yep. So we can make another one. You emerge at the beginning. You go down at the end of the line and emerge at 1 millimeter. You pull very hard and keep the thread under your thumb. You pass the needle up and down under the threads without piercing the fabric. You pull to you and to the left. And you don't pull hard, sorry. How do you say very slowly? Sweet, you don't say sweet, yeah? This is a good exercise for my English. I'm so crazy.
I think you're doing great. I've seen your live show where you're working in French and then Spanish and then English.
Yes.
And it was impressive. I think you're doing a good job.
I would like to speak more Frenchly, but I work. So look now, just for the end, you go down at the bottom of the last stitch, not on the top, because if you go down, on the top, how do you say? This stitch make a turn. So if you want very close to the fabric, you need to go down on the bottom. Is it clear for everybody? We have some question? Oh, I can see French people. You have a very good English. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you so much. It's a very good, difficult exercise for me. So now, yes, what you can do, you can continue those, and after you can go, you can return on the bottom and make those one. Okay? To remove, just slide between the big stitches, one, you can take the two previous stitches, 2 et 3 and 3, and you cut. So you can see this is the same stitch we saw before, but you don't pierce the fabric. You just embroider on the previous large stitch. Voilà. Now we are going. If you have some question, you can ask. No question, so super. Everybody understand everything. So I'm going to explain.
Yeah. It may be too that I think a lot of them know that they can go back and review and watch the video again.
Sure. This is good to review. So the third one now. Le troisième. We are going to see. Okay, this is the same, but with a different manière. The name in French is le point de feston en croissant, and in English is a crescent blanket stitch. And the blanket crescent stitch, so you need to take the technical instructions for with the Noël Star. Just one moment. Voilà, this one, sorry. And it's this one. We are going to make those stitch. And the color is the color 3. So the good color, yes, I didn't show you how it's happened with the graphic, the color chart. The 3, yep, it's this one, the first one. And you have 2 meters. Alors, hop. I took time to prepare my threads before. Okay, up. So the stitch is exactly the same, but you need to follow the line. I'm going to explain how we can do. Alors, in fact, it's the same. It's work from the left to the right. It means those two. I'm sorry. Up for the zoom. Okay. It means those on the bottom. You are start from this part to this part, and for the other one, you need to turn your hoop and start from the left to the right, from the left to the right. On les voit plus. Où est-ce que je suis? I'm sorry, you can see. Ah, I'm lost. Up. Yes, I'm sorry, excuse me. So, voila. Okay, so I just say you need to work from the left to the right for those, and for the other one on the top, you need to turn your hoop. We make a very big zoom, so it's not very easy. Just when I move slow, I'm not on the good place. Yes, so come on. You emerge at the beginning. You go just 1 millimeter after. And you pass on the hoop. Pardon? Comme ça. Okay, and the good position. So you secure the thread, you bring the thread to the front. Always you keep the thread under the left thumb, and you go down on the top of the line. And you bring the needle out just on the bottom, at the bottom, and you're keeping the thread under the needle point of the needle point, and always you pull towards you, and you just have to follow the draw. And you, what is very important is you need to do them very close together. And the difficulty of this stitch is to maintain a regularity in the top line. So if it's not regular, we have a trucks. You say a truck. If you can see it's not very regular, you can embroider a stem stitch on the line to mask your difficulties. And what is very important also is to keep them very perpendicular. You say in English perpendicular. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, that's a good. Yeah.
Okay, so. You can see, just emerge your needle after the draw, or on just right on the draw, and you follow. I think 5 more. Don't forget to keep the thread under the left thumb. This is the secret to make a good stitch. Voilà. For the last one, you can see we have a small place here. So you make a very small stitch. Very small, about 1 thread of the fabric. And to remove, you go down just here, you turn your fabric and you slide between the previous stitches. 1, 2, 3. This is my dog, you want to come. And you cut, yeps. Voilà. Alors, so for the next one, what you are going to do is to start here. You turn your work and you work from the left to the right. What you can do also after is to slide on the back between those stitches and go directly over there. You fix the threads on the back of the fabric. Okay?
So far, so good. I would like to just add a few comments from the last stitch that several people, including myself, commented that they were quite beautiful. It was quite beautiful, and a variety of people are saying yes. So far, they're understanding you, and even perhaps only watching, and they'll save the stitching for later, but they'll just focus on watching you. And then they'll stitch later. Yes,
it's a good idea, because when you can see that, it gives you a good idea to remember what you need to do and test and try, because in fact with the regularity comes with the practice, so you just need to practice some, and if it's not okay, you just need to repeat, and after it will become, and in fact it's very easy. But the most important you need to remember is to keep the thread under the finger, always. That's all. So the next stitch now. This is the buttonhole wheels. It allows you to fill a circle. I'm going to show you in the model. You can see those over there. So this is exactly the same stitch, but you start from outside and outside of the circle, and you go down on the center. I'm going to show you. Up. So, yep, on refait une petite netteté. Alors, la couleur. I'm going to show you, sorry, the technical instructions. So you take the number, technical number 2, and you can see roux festonné. This is the buttonhole wheels, and the color is 351.
C'est le 4, technical number 4.
Non, moi j'ai la 2.
Okay.
Oh yes, sorry. Excuse me, this is not the good place. I've got a good assistant. So this is this part. Okay. This is the good color, 351, and the good part of the draw is here, on the left side of the star. And the color 351, it's this one. This one. So you take one thread, you fold it in 2 parts, you put the 2 extremities in the eye of the needle. Ah, no, I'm sorry. Just one moment, please. I'm going to take my thread. Okay, you know what? I make a note, so I'm going to cut my threads. It's a good exercise. I'm going to show you, I repeat because I explained you the last time to make a small knot, a very small knot. So you put the threads on your needle, you make a turn, just one. This is the quilt knot. You pull, you pull, you pull, and you have your small knot just on this part. And we are going to use exactly with the same, with the double thread. So you immerse your needle outline of the circle. Hop, c'est ici. You go down always 1 millimeter after, and what is very, very important, you have a small knot, but you need to pass between the two threads to fix your knot on the back of the fabric. And you cut those small threads, sorry. And now we can start. So you emerge on the outline, you keep the threads under the left thumb and down at the center, and you emerge your needle a short distance along the outline. It's work from the left to the right, and the same, you pull towards you gently and keep your... Oh, you have your machine, I have my dog, Anthony.
You can hear it?
Yes.
Yeah, your dog is very quiet now.
So you keep your thread under the left thumbs to keep the tension and go down on the center. And you turn the hoop, and repeat the steps. Up. Sorry. Voila. And you emerge just on the line. Je vais essayer de pas bouger. So you can see this is the same stitch always. Just the difference is the place where you go down, and here you go down on the center. We have often a question. We have often a question of the number of stitches we need to do. It depends, in fact, of the effect you want, because if you make more stitch closer, you can't see the fabric, and it's okay also. You can do what you want. You need to test. I'm clear? Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, merci.
We'll see. I think the real test will be for everyone else that's looking. I'll see if they have any questions from that.
Okay.
We'll check for understanding.
Perfect. So now, yes, so you can let some space between stitches or make them closer together. But what is very important now, I'm going to make a big zoom, please. For the last stitch, if you want to make a perfect circle, you need to immerse your needle on the first hole of your stitch. The first, okay? And after, you go back between the first and the second stitch you made. It's to close perfectly your circle. Voilà.
There is one question. Always in the same hole?
Yes, always. Always.
Okay.
Okay. So now you can pass directly your if you want to make the other one, it's not a problem. You can pass directly and immerse your needle on the second one and make those after. You don't need to cut at the end of the circle. So you go on the back, you pass between the previous stitches. And you cut your threads. So in the works you can see, so you have to do all those, and on the other side also, and on the top also. So you have a job for the next steps. And now I would like to show you, I think it's the last one of this stitch. It's those, you can see this is a quarter buttonhole wheels. It's exactly, I'm not sure I need to do, but we have to see. It's the quarter of the circle. It means you do exactly the same. Yep, centre-toi. You do the same, but you need to stop just following the draw. I'm going to show you. Alors. So you take the number 4, the technical instructions 4, here, and it's here, the quarter buttonhole wheels stitch, and the color is 8, 3, 4. This is the yellow one. Alors, I'm going to place my hoop. Pardon?
Je change pas le temps.
Non, il faut zoomer par contre.
C'est à toi de zoomer.
Non, la netteté. We speak in French for technical things. So look, you go, you emerge. It's all the time the same. After that, you will be a professional of a feather stitch, a blanket stitch. Sorry. Up. So you emerge on the first line. You go here and you just have to follow the draw. I'm going to show you, if you want to see more the fabric behind the thread, just let more space between stitches. Like that. It depends on what you prefer. And for the last one, you go down after the stitch. You can see it's very, how do you say, very quick, fast to do it. It's very fast. So you go down, pass under the previous stitches, and you get is there any question? The transmission is cutting out on this stitch. Maybe it will be clear on the replay. Maybe.
Possibly. If I don't think you have to redo the stitch, but if you just say a few more words as a quick review of what we just did, just in case.
Yes. Alors, now we have 2 more stitches. Very easy, simple stitches. We are going to see the seed stitch, those stitches in the bird. In fact, it's only 2 straight stitches. So the color, you take your technical instructions. This is number 3, sorry, and the color is 9 to 7. Et il faut faire la transition. Non, sable. Sorry. We are making the transition. Alors, I put my hoop on the good place. And what we are going to do, those small stitches inside the bird. So you emerge. You go down at the end of the line, the small stitch. You pass under the loop. This is the first one, and now you can make the same. Oh, I'm sorry, I have a small thread. That's why you need to zigzag. And you repeat the same stitch over the previous one. So you emerge at the beginning of the stitch. You go down at the end of the stitch. And you repeat the same over the previous one. And that's all. This stitch allows you to fill some parts of model. It gives us some, I don't remember how do you say, relief. You don't. You can.
Relief for us would mean texture.
Yes, that's right. The relief. You have two stitches, one over the other one, so it gives some texture.
Still good words. A question has come in. I think the question is in regards to the blanket stitch. Joanne wants to know, why do you make a knot to start rather than a loop to secure your thread?
Why do you make a knot to start rather than a loop to secure your thread? Okay, I just usually you don't need to make a knot, but if you don't have enough threads because you cut it just before, if you want to use the rest I think of your threads, you can make a very small knot, but it's not how do you say, it's not obliged. You can do it or not. Do you understand?
Okay.
You understand? Yes.
I think so.
Yes, Anthony.
And then another question, I think, about the seed stitch. Someone is wondering about using 4 threads and do it once instead of what you've shown.
Yes, you can do it, but it's not exactly the same effect. But try it and send me a picture in the group, and we will see if it's okay or not, if it's different.
Okay.
You can do it. So, okay, I'm going to stop right now this one because it's very easy. So you can make 1 and 2, and don't pull too much, too hard also. And to stop it, to remove it, sorry, just pass under the previous stitches, and that's all. This is a good question. I never think to embroider with 4 threads. Eh bien, maintenant we are going to see the last stitch. We have 2 small lines to do it. In English, the name is the back stitch, and in French the name is le point de piqûre. Donc it allows you to make the leg of the bird, and it's like the how do you say, the stitch of a machine, sewing machine. It's very easy to do it also. So the number of the stitch, the color is 3, 8, 3, 4. You got it on the technical instruction 3. I've got my thread, so I'm going to show you. Up. I just have a small problem with my, voilà. So you need to secure the threads always with the same manner, the same way.
I understand the same way.
The same way is better, yes, thank you. So you fix your thread, first. The same way. It's very easy when you speak in the good word come, and I think it's easy. So you emerge about 2 millimeters after the line to make the first one, just to cover your fixed stitch, the first one. You go down here and you emerge, taking the same distance with the middle of these threads over there, like that. You go down on the last hole and exit to the left at the same distance. The difficulty is to make stitches regular with this regular distance. And that's all. And you can go directly on the other line. To finish the other. Do you say legs for a bird? I'm not sure in English.
Yes.
Yes, you say.
Legs for a bird.
Okay, good. 2 more stitches. Up. And when you are on the back for the last one, the same way. To stop, you slide between previous stitches, 1, 2, 3, and you cut. Voila! So the lesson is finished today. What I would like to show you, to introduce some model and to explain you that with you can find those stitches. Look, this one. Tu peux faire la transition, lever le point de piqûre. In this small model, yep, just okay. Here you can see the blanket buttonhole wells here. We have some stitches here also. We have the chain stitch of the previous session, the stem stitch also, the quarter blanket stitch also here. I show you also, I want to show you also a mandala here. You can find them here, over there. So you can what I want to show you, it's with the very simple stitches you can make a lot of you can have fun and make a very beautiful work. So you have chain stitch, you have stem stitch. In the next station we will see the lazy daisy stitch also. Voila. And in the notebook in English also, just to have a look with all with the whole blanket stitch. Look what we can do. It's only blanket stitch. Yes, we have a fly stitch and stem stitch, but look, we saw all stitches today. Voila.
That has been excellent. And I want to quote at least one person who said, this has been also wonderful. It looks like one of the closing questions, if it is a closing question, is, and perhaps this looks to the future, is any tips on working with the metallic threads?
Yes, but you need to take a needle bigger, size 5. It's very, it's better to, no, c'est plus facile. It's easier to pass the threads in the eye of the needle, and the best also is to cut your thread by how do you say 50 centimeters. Don't keep the thread by meter, cut it, because you damage it each time for each stitch. So first you cut your threads, and second use a needle bigger.
Okay. I think you're saying it's to work with a shorter piece of thread because it can be damaged when you're pulling it through each time. Is that what you said?
Yes. So it's better to cut them before and to use a needle bigger, because the eye of the needle is bigger also, so it doesn't damage enough. Oh, it's not English. Yes, it's English.
Yeah. No, I think I understand very well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're referring to the damage that. So,
okay.
Good. Well, Esther is. I think everyone would agree with Esther, who's saying it's a great session, and she's looking forward to the next one. And I just wanted to add a few things for those of you who started late. Again, I apologize. Kristen was not able to make it today. She wasn't feeling very well, so I'm doing my best to be her replacement.
You was strong.
But when this video is over, thank you. When this video ends, it will be in a lot of places. You will be able to review it on Facebook, on the Brooklyn Haberdashery page within this Noël Stitch Along group, but I'll also place it in our YouTube page, and most likely on our website, on the page where you can get the materials. Personally, when I watch a video on YouTube, I have a tip for some of you. I don't know if you've ever done this. Sometimes when I have to follow a lot of detail on YouTube, YouTube allows you to change the speed of the video. So if I'm reviewing something that I know already, I might speed it up. But if I really need to take time and watch, I can slow it down. And so personally, I like to review videos on YouTube. So that's just a tip for any of you for whom speed might matter. However, with that said, Christel, I think you did a great job. I think your speed is very good, and your English is much better than you think it is. And I'm looking forward to the next one too.
Okay, see you next Monday, I think, for the next session. And merci beaucoup à tout le monde. And take care of yourself. Bye bye, and say hello to Christine, and see you on Monday.
Right.
Bye bye.
Okay. See you then. Goodbye. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, Anthony?
Attends.
No.
Yeah.